All right, welcome back. I just recorded my trade for today, August 23rd. I wanted to recap kind of a not a trade, but just like analysis of a trade that I was going to take. It's like, oh, I was gonna take this trade, but no. This is from yesterday. This was like after hours. This was during what is it, Asia session, or I don't know. I think Asia session. But so yesterday, kind of like ignoring everything to the right of the chart. Um I saw that this is another like prime setup for me. Same exact stuff. High time. Let me go to the higher time frame. Let's look. We have a high time frame liquidity sweep right here. Filled in all these imbalances. Filled in, these are two of the bigger imbalances on the hourly. So filled all those in, swept liquidity at this hourly low, and now I'm just looking to enter in a long position to target. What we have on here is a hourly fair value gap, and we can scale down to the 15-minute smaller time frame. We have a 15-minute fair value gap. All right, here to here. Okay. And let's scale down to our minute, talk about like our entry, where we wanted to enter, why we didn't enter, and whatnot. So um also as well, like my bias for yesterday, at least my daily bias, if we look, um it was pretty bearish for the most part. I've been pretty bearish the past few days because I'm still waiting for these imbalances to be filled on the daily. Like, I think that we need to retrace back down to here. If not now, in the future, we will retrace down to here. We have too large of a gap here and too large of a price range for price to not go back into. Maybe my understanding of fair value gaps is incorrect, but I think that's something to consider and something to to look at. I think it's important. So we swept our lows down here on the hourly high time frame liquidity sweep. We scale down, we get a lower break of structure, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna let this ride out because I think that there's gonna be a chance for reentry. And it's at this point, I kind of see like we have orders getting filled and taken here. This is a very like chop filled area, but we go up and we retrace back like right back down. And I'm thinking, okay, let's wait for an extension and let's wait for another retracement back down. Roughly like to these lows. And what I was looking for was I was really just looking for price to come back to this area. I wanted to see price come back down here. Let me mark it with the brush. I wanted to see price come back down here so I could enter and go long and look to target that 15-minute fair value gap. Now, unfortunately, wow, what did I just do? Okay, whatever. There's a little parabola. It's okay. Um, Now what did not happen was, well, if we look like right here, we get right into this 1 minute fair value gap, and then we retrace back up. We respect it, go back up, target prior liquidity, and um, I guess like I couldn't have gotten the discount that I really wanted to. What I was like, what I was really hoping for, like looking from here to up here, is like if we take our range low and go up high. Uh, like hindsight is always nice to learn from, because like this is a prime example of of what we like to enter. You guys, if you guys have watched some of the prior videos, I always like to keep this in mind. Equilibrium, a nice range. What are we doing? We're going right into our golden zone. We're getting a peak discount. And it's stuff like this in the moment that I'm not thinking about. I didn't have this tool ready to go. Um, or if I did, like I wasn't looking in this range. I was looking. Okay, well, yeah, we're all the way down here. Now we're all the way up here. Man, like for this to be a good trade, like from down here to up here, you gotta you gotta get all the way down here. We gotta wait for price to retrace all the way down here. And I know hindsight is always 2020, right? Like what could I have what could have been done differently on my end, you know? And it's this, like simply this. We see fair value gaps that are here in the market. We have all these gaps, we have all these extensions up and retracements, extensions up. Let's catch this retracement down. Let's see it, and then we enter in long right here. And you know what? Like the best part is that we can enter in um long position. High then low, high then low. Like I think this candle right here would have been good enough for me. Would have been nice for me to enter off of. I would have entered there. I think TP1 would be. It's at TP1 at the beginning of the 15-minute fair value gap. And this was a long trade. This would have been a long time. This was a 3-hour trade. And then, doing two contracts, so leave a runner in right there. And we would have gotten it. Oh, hindsight is always great, right? What could I have done better? I had a limit buy order just in case that we kind of like re-swept out these lows where I have this marked. I was really looking to get back in at a nice, super nice discount here, but unfortunately did it. But we still got a good discount right here at like the golden ratio, 0.618, the golden ratio. So that's something to keep in mind. I think where I messed up and why I didn't enter was because I was a little bit hesitant for this like low resistance liquidity down here, like all these to get taken out, and then to really start another move up. And I didn't want to be caught trying to buy a long position up here when price still could have fluctuated down here. So that's hindsight, right? You're always going to be right in hindsight looking back. So that's it. This wasn't, the trade. I want to preface this again. This wasn't a trade that I took. This was a kind of like not a hypothetical, but this is one that I was eyeing and I was looking for an hour yesterday. It was at this point. It was what is this, like 5:30 or I don't know, 6 o'clock in the afternoon, whenever. And I'm looking and price action is developing, and I see this and I see the retracement, and I'm like, gosh, I really have FOMO right now, but nothing wrong with that, man. Good trade in hindsight would have been really nice to take, and you know, just simply targeting, liquidity and imbalances in the market as well. You could have targeted equilibrium of this fair value gap. I'm just gonna eyeball it, but you know, leave a runner in right there. So that's it. This was not an actual trade. Like I said, this was not an actual trade that I did. This is just kind of like a hypothetical. This is what I was eyeballing yesterday, but I missed my order. And I think the one W that I got and can learn from this is that I really am starting to like. Obviously, my trades today didn't show it, but I really am trying like to. I'm identifying like my emotions while I'm trading, and I'm simply like counteracting them and trying to get those straight and set before we start really doing like good stuff. So that's it for today. um Go watch the other video if you haven't, that kind of recaps my trade from this chop fest. Unfortunately an L, but regardless, a great day nonetheless. And man, our long positions would have been kicker kicker would have been killer to this upside, but unfortunately stopped out earlier, but no problem. No problem. Markets are back open on Monday, and we'll probably have another video around next Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. We'll see. Regardless, thanks for watching. Peace.